right, well, welcome to Gaming Pop Podcast number 3, son. We are up in our new studio, so this is going to be a fun one for y'all and a fun one for us. I think we've got a really good one planned for y'all. And I wanted to start off by talking about storytelling in video games because I feel like me and you really like games, and we've been thinking, how do we get this more about games? Because it's called Gaming Pop. So what games do you feel like tell the best stories?
Okay, so we thought about this, and one of the first games that popped up in my mind was The Walking Dead by Telltale Games.
That one is interesting.
Yeah. Why do you think? Why?
I liked it because of the first season where you play as the one dude, and it just kind of naturally progresses. He gets his hand cut off, and at first you don't even. It's literally just like The Last of Us. At first you don't want to care about the other person, and then slowly you kind of start to care about them. And then the end of the season comes, and homie's just like, "I got to give my life for you," and it's like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. I feel you. I definitely feel you. I think with that game, I think it was because that game came out in I think like 2010, 2011 or somewhere around there. And that was my first game that was like that type of, it's kind of like a walking simulator in a way.
Point and click.
You kind of it's more story. So that was honestly one of the first games I played like that. And I heard raving reviews about it, everybody talking about it. And I just didn't really care for it because at that time I was definitely heavily into Halo and COD. But that game, dude, when I finally did end up playing it, I freaking played that first season, and I like fell in love with it. And I honestly think I definitely for sure almost cried at the end of it.
Yeah.
At the end of that game, it definitely struck a chord. It struck a chord, bro. I like almost cried, and I was just like, I think that's the power of the storytelling in that game, and storytelling in video games in general, is there's people writing these scripts and everything, and it's just like, they're trying to make you feel something. And The Walking Dead season 1, 100% did that for me. You know?
I liked that one so much from Telltale that I played another game that they had. It was called The Wolf Among Us.
Yeah.
That one was cool too. I don't remember the story as much, but I just remember like the point and click being like, okay, this is like way cool. Like it's a lot funner. I don't necessarily like the rail tracks of a game, but what I did love about that Last of Us one, not Last of Us, the Walking Dead. Yeah. The Walking Dead one, I literally was like trying my best to keep certain characters alive. And like there were certain ones I was like, fuck you, I hope you die. Dude. Yeah. And it was like, that was probably my favorite part of those ones. I love those ones.
And it's like your decisions meaning something, especially in a zombie type game. Because it's like for the audience, they would like make it to where you had to pick between saving this one like sweet girl or like this asshole, but he's like helps out your squad.
Yeah, he's like the stronger one. Yeah, she's like the weaker one.
Exactly, he's the stronger one who's gonna help you get further realistically, or it's like the very nice person, etc. And it's like that right there, having to like be stuck in that decision, and they make it a quick time event. So it's like you have 5 seconds or 10 seconds to think about who you're gonna save, and you had no idea you were gonna have to do this, and you're like, fuck, dude, like I just don't know what to do.
And then you pick the wrong, or you think you picked the wrong person because like later on down the line, you're like, dang, homie would have really came in clutch right here.
Oh, straight up, yeah. You're like, I wonder how this would have played out. I wonder what the game designers wrote and made for this specific moment if I would have kept that person. And like, God, like, yeah, that game right there was definitely one of mine. What's one of yours, bro? Like, give me one of yours.
As far as my favorite storytelling, I kind of touched on it. The Last of Us. I really like The Last of Us 1 because it's like literally the same way. You start off with a character, you don't really like them, you're kind of like, why do I have to deal with this chick? And then over time, you're like, okay, I can't let this character go. This is my homie. Yeah. And then carrying that over into the second game, it was like, okay, cool, I get it. But I had to replay it to actually really enjoy the second one. So the first time I played it, I was like, why the hell do I gotta be this buff, ugly looking chick? Yeah. Now I'm on the second, like playing it again. I haven't gotten to her part, but I'm like, I'm almost anticipating it because her half is honestly cooler than Ellie's. Yeah. Because she does the same thing. She goes, meets like literally the enemy team. Yeah. And is like, here, let me help these 2 kids who are getting effed over. His sister dies, and then she has to like take over. Yep. Cannot remember those characters' names, but they were like my favorite characters.
The Asian ones.
The kids.
I think Yar. Yara or one of them is something like that. Yara or something.
Yeah, dude. That was like my favorite part was that, especially
great.
when you're playing the one chick. I like her character because she's tough as hell. And
wait, who, Abby?
Yeah.
Okay,
as lame as it is, I like Abby because she's tough. And I also like that when you approach a cliff, like she gets vertigo. And so her like climax of the story is I gotta get across this tall ass place. But it's like you're actually kind of scared too. It was a good little part.
Yeah, for sure.
A good part. Did you like Titanfall 2?
I love Titan. Yeah, I love Titanfall. Titanfall has a special place in my heart. I love that game.
Did the first one have a campaign?
No.
Yeah, it was just multiplayer. Yeah, Nobody liked that. That's why they made the second one.
Exactly. Okay. Titanfall 1 came out, and it was at the time it was an Xbox exclusive, and it was one of the games that was like you had to buy an Xbox to play. It was kind of the same way as like you need an Xbox to play Halo, and it's like this is supposed to be the next big thing. That's what Titanfall was. So I was like, they were hyping it up, and I was like, all right, let me get it. That game, honestly, we're still talking about the first one. Yeah, there's no storytelling in it, but it was like that game. They still set up the militias of the two teams that are fighting alone. It's like this is just a multiplayer game, but it's like there's still story and background with everything going on with the robots, the mechs, and it's like the Titans, Titanfall. So there's still they add characteristics to these robots and the person who you're playing who you can't even see the face of. Yeah. But I did have some of the most insane moments ever in my whole gaming career in Titanfall.
The first one?
The first one.
The fact that you can run on walls in that game it blows your mind. There's no other game except for like Call of Duty, whichever one stole the idea.
Call of Duty stole the idea.
But before that, it was them.
It was Titanfall. And it's like they kind of crippled. I feel so bad for Respawn with Titanfall just because that game could have been so much bigger in all honesty. But since they only released it on Xbox, it crippled them because we haven't talked about it on here, but we know the Xbox One debacle before that thing came out. And everybody was like, oh, what? You're going to make me do all this, blah, 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 blah. So a lot of people switched to PlayStation. So a lot of people did not play Titanfall. And then Titanfall 2 came out, and they did release that on PlayStation.
And you know what's funny is it's a slept-on one, Titanfall 2. Not a lot of people like Titanfall 2, but you hop on YouTube and you get into that algorithm where you're looking at the Titanfalls, and then there it is, Titanfall 2, the sleeper game, the best one that I played.
For sure.
I especially love the portion where you're doing the time traveling. That was like by far my favorite part. You're literally like, all right, I don't want to fuck with you yet. Time travel, get behind you, right back, boom.
And then,
that was my favorite, absolute favorite. I might have to replay it just for that part again.
The fact that Titanfall 1 didn't have a campaign and they got so much uproar about it from even Xbox players. They're like, what the hell? You're going to charge me $60 for just a multiplayer? It was the first game to do that too. So everybody's like, what the hell are you doing? And then they got so much backlash, and they were like, all right, we're going to make Titanfall 2. We're going to give you the damn campaign. And then they ended up giving us one of the sickest campaigns.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, sickest campaign.
Blow your mind campaign.
Exactly. If to anybody out there who's listening to this right now, if you have not played Titanfall 2, I would say, if you're not big into multiplayer, that's cool and all. But go play the campaign. It's on PlayStation and Xbox. It's on PC. Go play it. That campaign is worth it.
It's very worth it. It's like definitely one of the more fun games that you can play.
For sure.
Do you think if they would have dropped the first one free, kind of like they do Apex, do you think people would have clicked onto it more?
100%.
You think?
Well, 100%. Yes, 100%. The free model is the way that a lot of games are moving forward these days. Fortnite kind of, well, honestly, PUBG.
Yeah.
Well, I think no, you had to pay to get PUBG. You had to get it. You had to pay. It's free now.
Yeah, you're right. It was like 20 or 30 bucks.
Yeah, it was like 20 or 30 bucks. You had to pay, and that game was like clunky. Dude.
No one liked.
They're making you pay for this clunky game. Now it's free, but sorry about that, guys. When you talk about free to play games, man, Fortnite, I feel like there's a lot of them, but Fortnite was the biggest one, and it just showed publishers that like, holy shit, we can release a game for $0 and just make these battle passes and charge skins and be a mega thing. And I think that's where Apex comes from.
Well, and then on top of that, though, while we're talking about like storytelling, it's like, look at Fortnite. Well, I told you on that one podcast, the beginning of that game was supposed to be you and like 4 of your homies build a fort to survive the zombies overnight. And I remember there were like turrets you could set up, all kinds of different weapons and such. And then it just became a big multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Which is mind blowing. But it's like, I want to move on to Apex, where we're talking about season 8, and it's like just crazy, mind blowing how we go from Fortnite to Apex, or to Titanfall to Apex, and it's just like all these games are like too much sometimes.
Yeah, these games and companies, especially with Respawn. There's Respawn with Titanfall. The thing with that is they knew they had magic, bro. They knew there was fucking magic in that gunplay, in the movement, in the world. They knew there was magic in it, but they're like, just for some reason we just can't get it into people's hands. And that's where they probably came up with the idea. They said, fuck it. They're like, Battle Royale is the new thing. This is the wave. How about we take our gunplay mechanics and all of this and turn into a Battle Royale? And they also introduced the ping system to games.
Oh
Apex did that.
Gosh, the ping system.
You don't need to talk on a mic. Apex did that.
And I love when you do ping stuff in that game, the character says something, and it literally says exactly what you were thinking. Hey, we got to get the hell over there. Hey, pick this up.
Or I'm going to loot over here. Things like that. That game introduced that. Respawn did that. And it was because they're like, it's not that they shit the bed or anything. It was just, for some reason, people are just not vibing with Titanfall. But we know we have magic. And that's where Apex comes from. That's their little baby. They just hit their 2-year anniversary mark.
This is crazy.
They're doing better than ever. You know, they dropped Season 8, new little character fuse and everything, bro.
With Apex, I played Apex before I played Titanfall 2. So I went back, played Titanfall 2, and I swear because of Titanfall 2, I play a lot better on Apex.
Yeah.
Just because I understand the weapons more, I know how they work.
Yeah, dude.
And they're literally like one and the same.
Yeah.
They're one and the
No
same,
doubt.
maybe like a little bit of nerfing here and there, but they're about the same.
For sure. Yeah.
Literally about the same.
No doubt. Yeah, it's that's what's so cool about it. That, I mean, the fact that
ported it over.
Exactly. For the people who've played it, who've played Titanfall and Titanfall 2, it's almost like you got a fucking one up.
Did they have that 30-30 on Titanfall 2? I don't think so. I don't think they had anything like that.
No.
But that longbow they had.
Yeah, they had it. They had a handful of those.
I love that
handful
longbow,
of those
bro.
babies. You know?
I honestly want to play a match where I have the longbow and the wingman. I'm not really good with the wingman, but I'm slowly getting better. Like I can hit you once or twice with it.
Yeah.
I want to just get so much better with those two. Be at a distance and then get close to you. Homies are mad with those guns, especially the wingman.
Well, they say with those wingmans and stuff, they say a lot of the console players don't really use it because that's definitely a PC thing because how good your aim is.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like, me and little console boys, I'm like, I try to use it, fucking hit 2 shots out of 20. And I'm like, oh, God. No.
You know on PC there's no recoil?
I bet.
There's no recoil. When any gun you're using, no recoil.
What?
Yeah. It's like you know how when you're playing your gun like slowly goes up or slowly moves? None of that.
What?
Yeah, so them homies on PC are murking and are so good in Apex Predators because their gun is just solid.
Yeah.
It's not halfway through the match.
Yeah.
So they're literally just a bunch of cheaters, but I don't know.
Shut
you can call
up,
it that. You
dude,
can do that,
shut
but
up.
that's how I feel. It's like if my Xbox controller would have the dead-on aim that I am seeing and shooting at, I'd be on top.
Yeah.
I'd be an Apex Predator.
I feel. God, shut up. No, you wouldn't. You suck. This guy sucks.
I'm pretty good. I'm the dude who, when I drop in, I'll get the first like few kills on the team. And I'm like, where y'all at? Pick it up. Let's go. Never there.
Yeah, I feel you.
I hate that, dude.
I actually, real quick, I was playing Apex with some buddies last night. Shout us out to Chase and Warren. We fucking won 6 games in a row.
Nuh-uh.
We won 6 games in a row yesterday.
That means you have a team. You're not playing with randos. I play with randos.
See, Apex, I can't.
No,
I
you can't play with randos.
Playing with randoms. I literally, my friends know to only hit me up if we have a full squad. I hate playing with randoms. I cannot do it.
I might have to get that Xbox.
Because I like to win. I've always had a winning mentality. So it's like if I lose, it's like I need to not blame, but I like to instill something in people. I'm like, I hold them accountable. I like to hold people accountable. So it's like with a random, it's like,
I can't.
what am I gonna do? You're gone. But if it's like it's my teammate, I'm like, bro, You should have done this. You should have done that. What the hell? Like, blah, blah, blah. So that's why I love playing with teams.
No, you play with randos. I play with randos, and it goes one of two ways. Either they carry me the whole game, or I carry them the first half of the game, and then we all die because for some stupid reason we're in the middle of the map, and there's 2 high points, and it's like, why are we in the valley now?
Why are we here, guys?
Why didn't y'all listen to me when I was pinging, let's go this way? I'm pinging, let's get the hell out of here, and y'all are looking through boxes?
Yeah, no.
Or you play with randos, and they kill. You get knocked. They finish off everybody, and instead of picking you up, they start looking at boxes, and you're just like, bro, I'm right here. I'm literally next to the box you're looking at. I'm not gonna touch nothing. I just need to get up so I can heal.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to The Last of Us. The news of that show, the HBO show. I know that's a whole different ring, but the HBO TV show has got me pretty excited.
Some TV news, baby.
Who they got? What's the dude's name?
Pedro
Pascal.
Pascal.
Dude from Game of Thrones.
And what's gnarly is when they were saying the damn girl, I was like, wait, her last name's Ramsey? Bella Ramsey.
That's really her
That's
last
her real name. That's her real name. Bella Ramsey, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like Ramses from Nacho Libre?
God. Get out of here, bro.
Ramses, he's the best. God. He sets the people on fire.
Stop, bro. Oh my God.
Dude.
You fucking dork.
No, but this Last of Us thing has got me super excited because your boy from The Mandalorian, that's the dude. It's the dude from The Mandalorian, if you don't know. And he's just slowly racking up these things. And it's like, if he's going to stay on this whole like video game mantra nerd stuff, it's like, dude, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I love that he was in Game of Thrones. I haven't seen Narcos, but it's like, that's cool. I'm excited for this, dude.
I'm extremely excited. I actually just watched I just finished watching where I'm not going to spoil that if you haven't watched Game of Thrones.
He's got a fight in Game of Thrones.
He has a very big fight in Game of Thrones. I'm not going to spoil it because I feel like a lot of people still haven't watched that.
No, I feel like a lot of people haven't.
When you finally do watch it, you're like, holy shit, this show really is what people talked about. The ending sucks, but whatever. I watched his last episode in Game of Thrones, and it was fucking awesome. And I'm just like, dude, you're gonna like not only that show, but he can act. Like the dude can act. He's so good. He's so good. And I'm just like, the fact that he's gonna play such a serious character as Joel in The Last of Us, I'm all for it because this dude can act his ass off.
Do you think they're just gonna replay the game, or do you think they're gonna do something else?
No. So Neil, honestly, maybe, bro, because Neil Druckmann, the creator of The Last of Us, the one who mainly wrote the story for 1 and 2, he is basically the lead of the TV show as well. It's him and somebody. The person, I didn't watch it, but Chernobyl on HBO. I didn't watch it.
He's a director of that
I've heard
one.
really good things about it, but it's like those two are writing the show. So Neil Druckmann is a part of this. It is going to be his baby too.
I'm hoping it's like some little secret story that happens in between 1 and 2 or something. Because it's like to rehash it. It's like I played the game. I don't really need to watch it in a movie version. As cool as it would be to watch Pedro Pascal do it, that's probably not even how you say it. But to watch him like redo it, it wouldn't be that fun. I feel like it's like I already played this. I already felt these emotions. Why are we rehashing it in a movie form? Let's at least explore a different realm of that. Give me something like 3 months after the end of the first one when they're like setting up with the Jackson town.
Yeah. They go back to
give him a side quest or some shit, and I go watch that side quest movie. That would be perfect.
Bro. Well, it's like you say that, but it's like even in freaking Last of Us 2, you have flashbacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Flashbacks. So it's like you already see that.
Do you do any fighting in the flashback though? I don't think you do. It's just
it's
like a little bit tense.
Well, no, you do. When you're in that hotel, I think you leave
the first game though.
No, I think they have 2 hotels, but there's a flashback in the second game to where I believe you leave the. You guys go to a hotel, bro, together, and it is in a flashback, and I think you play as Ellie.
Is it a spoiler to talk about what happens to Joel? Because it's like literally the beginning of the game in the second one. That's like literally the first like.
Oh, that yeah. I mean, maybe we shouldn't because I feel like this is gonna be a pretty big game. So I don't want to spoil it, and it's going to be a huge show.
No, the show will definitely get people to play the game.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it because for the people who are listening, if they haven't seen it or played it or
that's a fair point.
I think that is going to be something we should totally leave that for them to just figure out.
But nonetheless, it's like, what direction could they possibly go in that we haven't already seen?
Yeah,
because it would be cool to, like I said, watch them rehash the first and second game. but we've already played it.
Yeah, and everything you're saying, bro, is when I first heard the news, I get you, and I hear you, and I honestly agree with you. That's when this news first broke, and I'm not talking about the casting news. I'm talking about when HBO ordered the show to come there. And I first thought, I was like, I don't feel like this is a good idea. I was like, I just don't really think this is a good idea, just because The Last of Us is. If you're in gaming, bro, you know how powerful that game was. You know how powerful the story is. If it's not your favorite game, it's in your top 5.
Exactly.
You know, it is a powerful story. It's something that honestly, I don't think it's been done before. I'm not going to spoil anything, but the whole Ellie part in the first game, when you encounter so-and-so and their group, and you're like, I've never played something like this.
Yeah, that was a dark little chunk.
You know, that was dark,
yeah,
bro. I was like, what is going on right now? And it's like, that game, it's like, at first when it came out, I'm like, I just don't see how you can top what the game does. Because it's like, on top, we're controlling the player. We're making the choices. You feel like you're doing something.
You know that scene in the first one where you're coming into the town and he's like, well, we can't go that way because the cars are all blocked. And so you drive down the way and the dude's like limping, help me.
Yeah.
That scene, I love that part. I think it would be crazy to see that in like real. Maybe that would be cool.
Yeah.
But that portion is like by far my favorite chunk of the first Last of Us. Homie's like, help me. No, we're not fucking helping this dude. Floors it.
Yeah.
And then the bus comes out of nowhere. Oh my gosh, such a good ass. And the funny part is that's what they were using as marketing for that game. The first game.
Yeah.
That was all their trailers, all the live demos.
Can't trust these people. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
That was such a good portion of that game.
I think so. I felt that way at first, right? Where I was like, I don't think this is gonna be that good. But I think the thing that really changed my mind was just the fact that it's HBO that's behind this, and the fact that Neil Druckmann, the writer of the games, is 50% of what's gonna happen in it. So that's what made me feel more comfortable, because HBO has produced some of the craziest television
Game of Thrones,
ever. Game of Thrones, Sopranos, new one, Euphoria, Entourage. Entourage might be the best, but it was such a cool show at the time. So many shows, and I know I'm forgetting. Big Little Lies, like they just have so many good things in their catalog, bro.
They have this one right now. It's called Your Honor. And it's got your boy from Breaking Bad, Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
He's a judge. I'll just spoil the first little bit. So apparently, he's a judge. He's got a son. His son is out just driving, doing his daily thing. And the mobster of the town, like the big known gangster, like nobody fucks with this dude because he's such a gangster.
Yeah.
He sends his son out on a motorcycle, and the two collide.
Oh.
So the judge's son kills the mobster's son.
What?
Yeah, not like kills on purpose.
Oh.
He just hits him with his car.
Oh, okay, I'm seeing. Yeah, okay.
He hits him with his car.
Okay.
And then the repercussions just go from there. A mobster hunting down whoever killed his son, and the person who killed his son is a judge's son. So that show, it's only like 5 or 6 episodes in.
Yeah.
Crazy. Good ass little show though.
I'll have to check that out. I've been hearing some things about that. I gotta check that one out.
What I wanted to say about The Last of Us is they were originally, rumor had it they were going to cast that one dude. Do you remember how to say his name?
Hell no.
It was
Mashar.
Mashal blah blah blah. It was a long little name with the last name Ali or something like that.
Ali.
But what I was going to ask you is, with him getting casted, it kind of excites me because then we look at a different portion of the Last of Us world. That's kind of what was so cool about the second one. So it's
Mahershala Ali.
Y'all know who we're talking
Google
about.
it.
Yeah,
you know
Google
what I'm talking about. Fantastic guy.
Literally just Google anyway. I wanted to see what would happen if he was, not even Joel, but just to see what would happen if he became a character in that show. Because it's like, that's a whole other different show. If he's not Joel, then what else could it have been? You see what I'm saying? Like, I like to think of what else can we see in the world?
Wait, I just thought of something.
What?
The Last of Us 1.
What about it?
When they meet
the other black kids?
Black guy.
Yeah, but they murked themselves.
But
I love it.
They could have I mean, in video games, you kind of move through it, but in the
That's
show,
true.
might have a bigger role.
Well, but it's like he's not even on there, is he?
I mean,
It was a rumor.
They only casted Joel and Ellie.
That's true. And you know
So
what?
the fact that it's a rumor,
We could even be wrong. They could literally just have Joel and Ellie as like some side characters. And they could literally have a whole... I want to honestly see something else besides Joel and Ellie. I love those two characters. They have literally 2 games already. So wouldn't it not make some damn sense to go somewhere else? It's like watching fucking Transformers. How many times are we going to see Optimus Prime kick Megatron's ass? Can we see some other Transformers maybe once in a while?
Yeah.
I want to see what Bumblebee has to do. But I don't want to watch Bumblebee's movie. But I want to see what he's got to do.
yeah. I feel you. I don't. I think they're sticking to Joel and Ellie, bro. They're
It'll be cool. I'm not tripping. Look, it says TV program now. What is that picture?
TV program. Get out of here.
Interesting.
But no, this is interesting. I think the fact that this dude's name popped up as a rumor says I didn't put 2 and 2 together and think about the black guy who does pop up in Last of Us. Because this could totally just leaked out, and they're like, "Oh, he's not gonna be fucking Joel, but he is gonna be in it.
Yeah,
he could be that guy."
I think that'll be crazy cool.
You know, and,
or even literally like you said, the brother Saf. That was a little sad chunk because I was like,
that was
dude,
sad.
we got new homies.
This
Let's
is
go.
cool. New people. Yeah, we found new people.
Yep.
And all of that happened. But just I'm optimistic. I don't want to say I'm super excited for it. I'm not super down on it, but I'm optimistic. We'll see what they can do. The fact that HBO is behind it, the fact that Neil Druckmann is writing 50% of this with somebody else who's already produced a really good show on HBO, only tells me good things. HBO to me does not miss. They haven't missed in a long time, except for the ending of Game of Thrones. But that was because of the writers.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm super excited for it.
I'm very excited for it too.
Yeah.
What about that WandaVision episode? We didn't even talk about that yet.
No. WandaVision.
Episode 6.
Episode 6, baby. Ooh, yeah. WandaVision was...
That was a good one.
It was awesome. What did you think, man?
I love the Malcolm in the Middle theme. Like the opener was really cool.
Yeah.
My favorite little chunk of that episode was when homies were sitting like with their uncle and they shotgun a beer. Or a soda.
Yeah.
They shotgun a soda, but it's like, what else are you shotgunning? Or at least you're training them to do that later in life kind of thing. But yeah, I feel like that's all we can really touch on with that without spoiling it because it was a good ass episode.
I do, yeah. We don't want to spoil that one for you. But I thought, go watch it. I thought it was a fantastic episode.
It was a good ass one.
The opening was awesome. The Malcolm in the Middle touch was
We'll talk about it next
sick.
week. I'll spoil it for y'all next week because you won't have a choice. It'll have been a week. You literally had a week. Dude, that was a good little episode, though. We've been trying to talk about music, too. I feel like that's one thing we've completely avoided is music.
Yeah.
I am so excited to hear something that Roy Woods drops. He's been, like, literally dropping little things like on Instagram.
Yeah.
He just dropped a music video with one of his friends. It's okay, but it's like, I'm just so excited for the music, dude. I feel like this year's going to be a good one for music.
For sure.
Is Frank Ocean supposed to drop something?
I don't know, bro. Frank Ocean... I honestly think Frank Ocean was gearing up to drop last year because he released 2 tracks. Well, okay, so he released 2 tracks in 2019, right? So people towards the end of 2019. So people were expecting him to drop in 2020, and in 2020, I think around honestly maybe a month or 2 into quarantine. I think it was around May or April. He dropped 2 more songs, 2 super depressing songs. The first 2 songs that he dropped in the end of 2019 were like upbeat. They were
the one that was in my room?
In my room.
That was the banger. I need to play that more. I love that one.
It was DHL and In My Room. And they were definitely more upbeat Frank Ocean songs.
DHL was weird. In My Room I liked.
DHL, yeah. And then he released the 2 other ones. Yeah, one of them is called Dear April, and then the other one is called Cayendo, which means falling in Spanish. He basically made a Spanish song, and then with some English in it. And those songs were super depressing. Super sad, bro. They were so fucking sad. But anyway, people were thinking he was gearing up because Frank Ocean doesn't really drop music just out of nowhere. So everybody thought he was gearing up to drop. And then his fucking brother passed. So Frank Ocean's younger brother passed away. And Frank Ocean is already a super mysterious, quiet person. So the fact that his brother passed, I was like, oh. For one, clearly I was like, dude, it's so sad. Like, I feel so bad for him. Like, your younger brother, like, that's just so sad, dude. But then I'm like, I was thinking about the music side. I was like, he's not gonna drop for a minute. He's probably gonna scrap his whole fucking album and just make a depressed album about his brother. Like, which I'm not blaming the dude. I understand. It was just like when it happened, the first things were like, I feel so bad for him. That's so sad, you know?
Is that why the songs got sad, you're saying?
No, he released those before he died. So it was that before he passed. And I'm just like, I was like, yeah, but that's Frank Ocean. He makes sad shit and he makes some cool shit. But when his brother passed, that is when I was like, oh, he's not going to drop for a while. I was like, he's going to push whatever he had going back. Yeah. And especially with quarantine, it doesn't help because a lot of these artists make their money off of touring or some like, you know, touring, selling stuff, which it's just, I don't know. So I would love for Frank Ocean to drop. He hasn't dropped since Blonde. He's released maybe a total of 10 singles, with Futures included. So in 4 years, this dude has released maybe 10 total singles and features.
Do you know who I want to see drop something?
Who?
Majid Jordan, Brent Faiyaz, and Roy Woods. I already said it, but I definitely want to hear, I just said his flipping name, Brent Faiyaz. Yeah. Because that one song, Drop the Roof and Let the Smoke Clean, that is always in my head, so I'm ready to hear some more of that, dude. That's a good little track.
Well, you mentioning Majid Jordan and Roy Woods. I know those are your boys.
Majid is definitely gearing up to drop.
Those are your boys.
They're in
the OVO sweatshop. So your boy Drake
is probably taking on
your boy Drake is your boy Drake is supposed to be dropping soon.
That's your boy. I don't really mess with Drake only because I feel like he's just too popular, and it's like he's so popular that he's become almost a joke now. Yeah. Like any little clip or video he's in, he like almost kind of makes fun of himself.
For sure.
That video he dropped
where self-aware.
Where he dropped the one where he had Justin Bieber do the video.
The pop star, yeah.
The opener to that, it's like, let's just get to the damn song, Drake.
That I think Drake is very self-aware. I think he's very self-aware of his status, who he is, what he's done, what numbers he's done. Whether you like the dude or not, the dude has put up fucking Michael Jordan numbers in the music industry.
Speaking of, you said Michael Jordan, and for some reason my mind thought Michael Jackson, and then it really tied into The Weeknd all of a sudden. Because homies are definitely thinking The Weeknd sounds like Michael Jackson to me sometimes.
I
took one of his albums and I put it on the record player and I put it up faster, and me and John were like, dude, this is Michael Jackson now.
That's crazy.
It was flipping on top. I'll have to show it to you when before you leave, but dude, it was a banger.
Well, with your homeboys, with Majid and Roy, I honestly think, bro, I think you will get some music, because what tends to happen when it comes to like artists who have multiple artists on their label or something, they tend to let the big person drop first or vice versa. So they either let the big person drop first or the small people drop first, vice versa. So since Drake is gearing up to drop, I feel like he's going to release his album, and then soon after is going to come Roy Woods, Majid, fucking Party. I think Party said he's working on new music because his last album was kind of not a dud, but it didn't make noise. It didn't make big waves like how it should have been. So I think Party is trying to get back in the booth and kind of touch back on his old sound, because he's kind of, I don't know what it is, bro. He might be giving Drake too much of his songs. He needs to chill out.
Well, it's like, and I feel like with Majid Jordan, their big song with Drake was that just so done, we're going home.
Yeah.
And I'm betting you they're gonna probably do the same thing. Probably exactly what you said. Yeah. Drake's probably gonna drop his album. The banger on that one is gonna be the one featuring Jordan, aka, or the other one featuring Roy Woods.
Yeah.
Either which way, they're about to drop some fire, and I'm very excited for it. I see you put SZA on here.
Yeah.
You like her?
I fuck with SZA, bro. I fuck with SZA.
That's the Weeknd one?
Yeah.
I like that song, but I always feel so dirty. Yeah. I feel so dirty listening to that song.
You're just like, oh God, I feel like a little dirty whore.
Monday, Thursday, little dirty Friday, slut. Then just send it my way.
It's funny because like listening to chick music,
they're extra gross sometimes. But then you listen to a dude could say the same shit and it doesn't seem as gross. But a dude could literally be like, yeah, I put my dick in her mouth, and homie's like, yeah, that's the shit right right there. A woman says that.
A girl, that is true. It does sound like more raunchy, I guess. Yeah, put my pussy in his face or something like that. It's like, yeah, that does sound pretty crazy. But hey, I get it, bro. I'm like, hey, dude, they're doing the same thing the dudes are doing. I'm all for it.
That reminds me of Nicki Minaj. Put this pussy on his sideburns.
Come on, man. Come on.
Why did you say that? Why did you say that?
Come on.
I'm gonna put this pussy on his sideburns. Oh my god.
I'm also super stoked so I'm excited for SZA to drop.
You also put Rihanna on here. Is she still making music?
That's where the fan base is like at Rihanna's neck, bro, is because she hasn't dropped an album since 2016. I think
believe it.
Kendrick hasn't dropped either since 2016.
Really?
Or Frank Ocean. Kendrick, Frank Ocean, and Rihanna have not dropped since 2016. Fucking
but
assholes.
They have dropped singles a couple of times, or at least
Rihanna has dropped nothing. Kendrick has dropped nothing. They've been on. They've both been on Futures, but Rihanna's been on the Party Next Door song on his new album,
and she was on that.
She was like, she literally says the whole fucking thing during the whole song. So that I wouldn't even count that as a feature. Kendrick he's rapped over some features, but I think only like 2 in 4 years.
And I know she was on that Nerd song with like Lemonade or whichever it is.
Yeah. She was on that. I liked her. Yeah, I liked her part on that. But Rihanna is very busy with her clothing line.
She does clothing. I didn't know that.
She Fenty, Savage Fenty. That's her clothing line, and it's super huge. So Rihanna's like super focused on other business ventures and shit right now. So she's not really focused on music. But what?
Speaking of business ventures, Jay-Z is making marijuana.
Oh,
he's not making it, but he's got like a marijuana group or whatever. I don't know how to call it. I don't know if it's a dispensary or what it is.
He's invested. Yeah, Jay-Z's a smart dude.
That is definitely smart.
Jay-Z's a smart dude. How crazy is Jay-Z's story to look at a dude who dropped his first album when he was 27. He dropped his first album when he was 27, Reasonable Doubt. Before that, he got arrested for selling drugs and was in jail, out of jail because of drugs. Now, full circle moment, dude is he billionaire. With him and his wife combined, they're billionaires. And now he just started and owns his own cannabis company.
Crazy, dude. That's like some dreams. Moment. That's a dream right there. So at least to own, for me, to own a marijuana business would just be like, I'm sitting pretty. I'm not working ever again. I'm doing this all damn day. I will do this all day, all night.
Hey.
That's one of those jobs, to me, even dealing with an annoying person would never be annoying. But you don't understand this? Come on, let me teach you everything I know.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like working at Big Five and someone, hey, where do I find the basketball? I don't want to help you right now, dude. Just go find it. It's over there somewhere.
Yeah.
You ever been at Walmart and asked for some help and there's, it's 3 aisles down? I hate that. I hate that with a passion.
Bro, those motherfuckers are getting paid $12.
I get it, but
not even $12. Those motherfuckers probably getting paid $10. That's like, alright, bro. Like, it's go down here.
You picked to work there, not me.
Hey, man.
You picked to work there, not me. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I feel like that's the cast, dude. We just tore up this list like in 20 minutes.
I didn't say it when it comes to most important music releases for me.
Okay, let's hear yours.
It's Kendrick. Kendrick Lamar.
Really?
Kendrick is my favorite rapper. He's my favorite rapper. He has not released music since 2016. I know he's working. He's
got to be.
And I know he's going to drop soon. Mm-hmm. I think for Kendrick, I think it's COVID too. I think Kendrick's that type of artist, bro, to where he is very quiet. Mm-hmm. But it's like he's more out there than like, let's say, a Frank Ocean. Because Frank Ocean doesn't even tour. Kendrick tours.
He does festivals. Side business,
Kendrick?
Yeah, does he have any side businesses?
No, but I know he just partnered up with something called PG Lang, or I think it might be PF Lang. And basically it's just like a new studio, new label, which now he has artists under him, which Baby Keem is under him. I saw Georgia Smith on there. And so Kendrick, not too big into business, like let's say a Jay-Z or a Rihanna with clothing lines and things like that. Not yet. But he did start up like some weird little record label type.
I honestly don't think he'd have to get too big into doing other things because I'm pretty sure, I don't think they own him, but I know he does deals with Fox. Because he had the whatever one is, it's in my DNA. He had that one. on like Super Bowl commercials for Fox.
Oh yeah,
That was, like,
yeah,
years ago.
yeah. Those are licensing. Yeah, that's
just licensing.
That's just licensing stuff.
Okay.
That's just like, hey, we'll pay you to put your song on our shit.
Elon Musk getting
It's
Fox
like,
to pay you for
that's
some
easy
shit?
money. Yeah.
I'll
Oh,
bet you Fox. They probably paid him a pretty penny.
oh, no doubt. No
they
doubt.
had to have.
It's the same thing with movies. When you hear songs in movies, they got paid for that. Like,
That's a good point.
You're just not using somebody's song in a big ass movie. Same thing with like iPhones. You don't hear people make the word iPhone, or if you see a Galaxy, there's a reason. It's product placement.
Yeah.
Just like
Product placement.
product placement. Sponsor us.
I'm
Looking
pretty
at
sure
us.
the camera's off, but
For the listeners, we're throwing up Heineken right now.
Heinies.
Heinies.
Well, dude, so Kendrick's, you're excited. I'm still still excited for Drake. I wouldn't mind hearing something from Rihanna. SZA, as long as she doesn't talk about the weekends, I'll be okay with that. And Frank Ocean just needs to get me back in his room.
Yeah.
On a normal thing.
Hey, bro, I'm excited. I think this is honestly gonna be a banger year for music.
I
not gonna
think
lie.
so too.
I'm not gonna lie. I think it's gonna be a banger year for music.
Well, I think it's
I'm
going to be a
super
banger
stoked.
for everything because everything's trying to come back. Everything's
yeah.
trying to come back full
Yeah,
force.
yeah.
Dude. Look at us. We came back with a podcast out of nowhere. Homies are going to be coming back.
Bouncing back.
Jay Cohill down there is trying to drop some tracks.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch
There's
of
big
stuff.
things happening, bro. Big
Yeah.
things. People are trying to get off the ground, man.
All right, well, let us know what your big thing is that you're trying to get off the ground,
Yeah.
and we'll read the comment about it some other time. We did get a couple of comments this time. One of them was too long for us to read, and the other was from my brothers. So
God,
thanks for the comments.
Stupid. We love you guys, man. Yeah, we love you guys.
We're so honestly glad. Our Instagram page just hit, what was it, 80 or 90 subscribe followers?
We are at, what are we at, man?
That one on the far right.
We are at 89, bro.
89. So one
89.
more follower, we got 90. We
Yeah.
got a big plan for when we hit 100 followers on Insta.
We're gonna kiss each other, man,
Don't say that.
on camera.
No. We're going to do something cool for y'all if we hit 100. We
Yeah.
also have some more stuff in the works on our end.
Yeah, but
Other than that, I
Yeah.
think that's that.
just follow the socials. We'll put those up on the video, link in the bios, things like that. So follow our socials, like, subscribe. That helps us out a lot. But yeah, we're super excited. This is very fun, man. I'm loving everything that we're doing, and we hope you guys like it. And yeah, I'm just super excited to bring you guys more. I'm gonna keep doing it.
Dope. Well, we love y'all. Be safe.
Love y'all. Bye.
Nope.